This is a Bronze Age stone. There's actually 3 of them that are still standing, and we'll go and see those in a bit. However, this one is the only one we can actually touch without being shot for going into a farmer's field. So this stone is, as far as I know, the biggest of the 3. It stands at 7 meters tall and is actually the 2nd tallest standing stone in Britain. I think there's another one in Rudstone, but that's outside a church, so we don't really care about that one. The other one's are 5 meters, 5.5 meters, and we also have one at 6.1 meters over there, which we'll go and check out in a little bit. We are just outside Borough Bridge in North Yorkshire, United Kingdom, which also contains England, to anyone that doesn't know what an England is. We're actually only 200 meters away from the M1 motorway, which runs up some part of the north of England. But this bad boy is stood right here, left all the way from the Bronze Age. The Bronze Age, that's like one of the ages.
Was it made of concrete?
No, it's made of stone, but the proof isn't set in stone. But what is set in stone is this stone. It's actually 1.8 meters below the earth, which is the only reason that it can actually stand up like this. If it wasn't there, it wouldn't be there. Let's go. This is a new housing estate, but round this corner, what we'll see are 2 other big stones. The smaller ones, however, that middle one over there is kind of important because there used to actually be another one, confirmed there being 4, in around the 16th century. It was actually supposedly toppled because someone wanted to find some buried treasure. Whether they found that treasure, who knows? But that's where it was, next to that other one there. So we're actually going to make our way down to the bottom to see if we can get through. We've just been told that the guy that owns this land, the farmer, is a bit of a grumpy guy, so he might not be too happy if we walk through. So we're going to see if we can get close to the other stones, but it's not looking that hopeful. However, this place is called Devil's Arrows, and there's a reason for that, because supposedly legend says that the devil fired arrows, flaming arrows, at a Christian small village nearby, specifically Christian. I don't know if that's got any, behind the scenes things about it, but specifically the devil fired arrows at a Christian village. They fell short and they landed here, and that's what those stones are. Now, I don't know about you, but that seems like someone's just tried to attack a Christian settlement. They missed and failed horribly and then blamed it on the devil. But who knows? Who knows?
Do you know how many Christians were killed?
For my mass of historical knowledge, I know that Christians were it was like a religion back in the day. They sort of worshipped Turkey, I think, at the 25th of December. And through that, we got this.
Do you know what they're growing in that field?
It looks like some sort of herbal produce. It could be weed, or it could just be barley.
What do you think the effect of the cost of living crisis will have on this barley?
Well, we can see this is actually some new build homes here, so that's a very intuitive question there, Cam. But I think the barley is actually going to be more moisturised and stronger because of these rocks that are here. They seem to be doing a great job of putting down this great rich soil that really brings people to the area, because as we can see, people have already tried to walk through this field. They've obviously been shot by the farmer because the trail stopped halfway through, but just those bodies kind of add to the nutrients in the soil, which is what these historical sites really bring to the area. There are actually confirmed to be 4 stones, as we mentioned, and one did fall to the treasure hunt, as I said before. However, it has been confirmed by no other sources that treasure hunt was indeed not successful, in fact, and they actually just knocked over a 1,000-year-old piece of archaeology for nothing. I guess they got a workout.
So are you just confirming that what's on there is correct?
Yeah, I'm just making sure they've got everything right on here. But as we can actually see on this map, that Borough Bridge and the surrounding town looks to be just over in that direction. And they all kind of line up, but they're not quite. But you can see where the other one should have gone, which is sort of in this position here, if you want to get a closer shot so people can see the map, maybe. Yeah. So we have a nice little line there.
If we're looking at it.
So these rocks are actually supposedly said to have come from Plumpton Rocks, which is about 8.3 miles away in a town called Wetherby, which 8.3 miles for rocks this big in the Bronze Age, you could imagine the effort that would have been. I don't know if I could have done that, and that's saying something. The actual top of the rocks, however, have been scored from rainwater, as you can see if we can get a closer look at that, and it means they've been here for a while. These rocks are said to be from around 3,500 to 5,000 years ago, in the late Neolithic to early Bronze era, and the technology to get them from Plumpton Rocks, almost 9 miles away to here, must have been probably pretty primitive. I guess that's what you call it. Probably put it on a few logs, or they just sort of kick it, like you sort of. It's like, come on lads, let's get this over to Boroughbridge. Come on lads.
So as far as rock rolling goes, do you think they did a good job, or do you think you would have done better?
Lazy, I'd say. We are now at Thornborough Henge, which is actually connected to the Devil's Arrows because it was built around a similar time, around 3000 BC. This is once again a Bronze Age / late Neolithic sort of, well, it's a henge. Some people also call it the Stonehenge of the North. And I've never been Stonehenge, but I've also heard it's pretty disappointing. So from aerial shots, as you can see, there are actually 3 of these henges. Each are about a similar size, about 240 meters in diameter across. As you can see, it's pretty big. It's like big. Now, currently, of course, they're not really being used for anything because they're quite old. All that's left are really these mounds. It is a little bit disappointing. I wish there was a bit more, but hey ho, what can you do? However, they are sometimes used for festivals throughout the year by hippies that want to pretend that they're still in the Bronze Age, I guess. Do you do that, Cam?
Yeah, all the time. I cosplay.
What's your roleplay character?
Have you seen Xena?
The warrior princess?
Yeah.
That's you?
That's actually me. Yeah, I do.
Bloody hell, man. I think it's pretty amazing how these Bronze Age structures are still here, like the Devil's Arrows, and of course now Thornborough Henge. They mostly just go unnoticed by most people. Devil's Arrows was in the middle of a farmer's field, a grumpy farmer's field apparently, and this is kind of just where people go and walk their dogs, and no one really seems to care. That might be because they're a little disappointing.